We are going to be seeing the stop loss, the stops and the stocks. How can we handle them, right? Because stop losses are getting hit and stock selection is becoming a challenge. But then, not to worry, we had spoken about how to do your watch list and how to shortlist your candidates and how can we do a better job of the same. So we're going to take a look at that whole sequence of events and find out how can we do the job better. So yesterday evening we had seen how to select the stocks and make a watch list of the same. Now we are going to go ahead and take a look at how to find out suitable candidates. All right, and we are going to take a look at Heikinashi and find out what are the charts saying. So let me just go down to the charts and see what are the Heikinashi charts saying. So let me just go down. As you can see here that we are having the intraday charts. This is the candlestick chart. So let me also open the Heikinashi charts on another tab. Yeah. So this is we are loading the charts and we are converting it into Heikinashi. So let me go from the daily chart into the intraday chart. Okay, so this is the intraday chart and then let's go down to the daily chart. So you can see here that the daily chart continues to show that there is fair amount of weakness, right? There is fair amount of weakness which still continues to be part of the system. So this weakness continues, so we should be looking from a bearish point of view, right? That's what we are going to see as how can we take a look at the bearish market scenario and find out how to shortlist the candidates, how to trade better using the Heikinashi. So again, let us go into Heikinashi. Okay, let us go into the Heikinashi section. But before that, let us take a look at the overall markets. So what is the overall market saying? Yes, markets have begun on a positive note on a slightly higher basis compared to yesterday, but then it's still hanging on to those important support levels, right? Please understand that we have traded down into some very precarious supports and उस supports पे अब market क्या करने वाली है ये हमें जानना है. तो what we are observing is that while Nifty continues to struggle, Bank Nifty is showing some resilience. And now let us see how the stocks are placed from the open, right? So when you take a look from the open, what you're observing is not much of traction. Majority of the stocks are stuck in the neutral zone. So the light green and the light red are the stocks which are stuck in neutral zone. So at the moment, we are not having much clarity. So let's now again go into the Heikinashi dashboard. All right, so let me open the Heikinashi dashboard in another tab and then let's see what are the Heikinashi charts saying. So based on our shortlisted candidates, are we able to get something based on the Heikinashi patterns? So this is the Heikinashi dashboard. All right, now from our shortlisted candidates, okay, we have done some shortlisting and based on our shortlisting at the moment, we are not having any particular candidates which are firing right now. So now if you take a look again on the daily chart yesterday, so we had these two stocks on the bullish side, which was Westlife and Nika, and the bearish was on Mindtree. So now let's go and see whether is there any momentum developing in these stocks and whether we should be continuing to look for some signal here. So let's first take the Heikinashi chart of Westlife. So now when you go to the Heikinashi chart of Westlife, okay, let's see whether is there any possibility in this. So again, I'll go into a 15-minute chart, right? I'll go into the 15-minute chart. I'll see here that there has been a movement to the upside, correct? You can see here that there has been a movement here to the upside and we are awaiting a follow through. So now if you are tracking this particular stock, you can expect a follow through here. And if the follow through is emerging to the upside above these levels of around 478, it could be a good buy prospect. So how will you know it? You will know it through the Heikinashi dashboard. So already you have got a clue based on yesterday daily chart that there is a potential here. So you can track this for your further action. Now the next stock that we are seeing is Nykaa. All right. So let's see what is happening in Nykaa. So I'll again go into the, yes, Nykaa on the other hand is doing quite well. You can see here that there is a steady trend compared to Westlife. Nykaa is doing better, so Nykaa is already giving you some movement here, so that could be something which can be tracked on the upside. Well, markets are currently two-faced, as you saw on the dashboard. So when the market is it's two-faced, then the best way to track the market is that have a position on both sides, because market currently is indicating that the trend is not either to the downside or to the upside. So an intraday perspective continues to remain a range bound. So when the market is range bound, right? When the market is range bound, the most important thing to do is track it from a neutral perspective. Take the trend, take the trade, and participate for a limited outlook. Because if you're going to expect a fantastic move, if you're going to expect some big move, it's not going to happen. I had mentioned it yesterday too, that if you're expecting a big move, then the big move is not going to happen anytime soon. So whatever moves you are getting, take that move and then participate on a regular basis. Right? The key is participating so that you will be able to make consistent return. The whole problem today is that people are looking at the trend. If you're expecting a big move, holding back or the big scaling back, their market not going to happen anytime soon. To avoid that, whatever move you are getting, participating. Take that move. So now let's look at the participate on a regular basis on Mindtree. Right. The key is participating so that you will be able to make consistent return emerging. The whole problem today is that people are looking at the trend. If you're expecting a big move, so what or the stocks are you guys trading? Not going to happen anytime soon. Avoid that. Whatever move you are getting, take that move now and then let's participate at those stocks as well on Mindtree. So which stocks have you traded? Participating so that the online what stocks have you traded consistent return emerging. The whole problem today is that people are looking at the trend. If you're expecting a big move, so what or the stocks are you guys trading? Not going to happen anytime soon. Avoid that. Whatever move you are getting Mindtree, take that move now and then let's participate at those stocks as well on Mindtree. Which stocks is participating so that the online what stocks have a consistent return. So a trend is emerging today as that people are looking at the trend. If you're expecting a big, that's what or big stocks are you guys trading? Not going to happen anytime. Avoid that. Whatever move you are getting Mindtree, take that move now and then let's participate at those stocks on Mindtree. Which stocks is participating so that the online what stocks have a consistent return. So a trend is emerging today as that people are looking at the trend. Expecting a big year what stocks are you guys trading? Not going to happen anytime. Avoid that. Whatever move you are getting Mindtree, take that move and then participate at those stocks on Mindtree. Which stocks is participating so that the online what stocks have a consistent return. So a trend is emerging today as that people are looking at the trend. Expecting a big year what stocks are you guys trading? Not going to happen anytime. Avoid that. Whatever move you are getting Mindtree, take that move and then participate at those stocks on which stocks is participating so that the online what stocks have a consistent return. So a trend is emerging, that's why as that people are expecting a big year what stocks are you guys trading? Avoid that. Whatever move you are getting Mindtree, take that move and then participate at those stocks on which stocks is participating so that the online what stocks have a consistent return. Trend is emerging, that's why as that people are expecting a big year what stocks are you guys trading? Whatever move you are getting Mindtree, take that move and then participate at those stocks on which stocks is participating so that the online what stocks have a consistent return. Trend is emerging, that's why as that people are stocks are you guys trading some sideways? Whatever move you take that trend is emerging. That's why that task was what stocks are you guys trading some sideways? Whatever move you take that Okay, guys, can you just tell me if you are able to hear it better now? Is the audio okay? Can you give me a heads up? Okay. Has the disturbance reduced now? Okay, thank you. All right. So, to this particular scenario, okay, let's check out what's happening, and let's again go back to the setup, and let's see what is there's a new trend emerging in AU Bank. Okay, let's see the new trend emerging in AU Bank. So now we are seeing that AU Bank is here, right? AU Bank is here, and AU Bank is showing a new trend. So now you know that yes, there is a new trend emerging in AU Bank. So all you have to do is go into your chart or just click on AU Bank. Just click on AU Bank, go to stock analyzer. So you can go into stock analyzer and see what are those levels, right? You know that you want to trade AU Bank, put AU Bank in your trading terminal. Go to stock analyzer. You know that AU Bank is getting loaded, and when AU Bank loads, you will have the levels for AU Bank, and you have the levels here. You got your R1, R2, R3, R4. So based on that, you can take a trade. That's how fast you can trade. You can see here that the dialer is already saying it's a buy. So everything is clear for AU Bank, correct? So that's how fast you can trade, because on the Heikinashi dashboard, you continue to get such opportunities. You can see here that there are some stocks where the trend is continued. What did I say? I say the trend is either a new trend or the trend is a confirmed trend, where the trend has shown that yes, it is given a follow through, and where the trend continues its earlier movement, that comes under the continued trend. And if a trend is going to reverse, that comes under the reversal, right? So that's how the entire stocks are segregated, and based on that, you will be able to get an idea of what is happening, right? So now AU Bank is a very clear buy. You can see here that AU Bank is a very clear buy, and you can see here that there is a movement. If you want to take a quick look on the charts, let's go here as well and see what is AU Bank doing. So you can see here AU Bank, yes, it had a sharp fall, and at the moment, if you just take a look at it, it is slowly trying to recover here. So there is a definite move here, right? There is a definite move here, and it definitely indicates that AU Bank looks to be on the positive side. All right. So let's once again go back into the dashboard and see what kind of stocks are emerging. Meanwhile, what have you guys traded? What trades have you taken? Right. The technical issues are now sorted. So let's get on with the action and let's see what kind of trade we can take. So let's see here right now MGL and IGL. All right, MGL and IGL. What is MGL and IGL telling us? Okay, what is MGL and IGL telling us? Let's go into our Heikinashi dashboard and see what is the situation on MGL. Okay, you can type here MGL, and you will see here that based on Heikinashi, there is no clear direction. correct? And then if it was IGL, again there is no clear direction. So if you want to check on any stock other than what has been flashed here, so anyway there is, you get a summary here, but still if you want to check its status you can always put it here. And now about continued trends, right? Continued trends, you are seeing a bearish setup. So this I put a 30-minute time frame. On a 30-minute time frame you are seeing that bearish setup is seen in Wipro, Jubilant Food, PI Industry. So you can see here that the IT stocks are showing some continued trend to the downside. So Wipro, Jubilant Food, Dixon, OFSS. So let's go and take a look at that. Okay, let's see what's the scene on Wipro. Okay, let's see Wipro, and this is, let's first go to 30-minute chart. You can see here that pose is 30 minutes. So right now it's 9:45. So you are having this scenario. So any move below these shadows, or even you can say even below this body, so any move below this shadow would be a good ploy, because these shadows which you are seeing here is a indication that there are some bit of supports that are emerging. So now if prices begin to trade below this, then you will get a follow through, right? You will get a follow through. That's what we want. We want a follow through to the action. We want a follow through to the action. And when there is a follow through to the action, it clearly indicates that there is a buying momentum or a selling momentum. So now if prices go down, there is a follow through to the selling momentum. That's how it is. And that's how you got to track. So there was Wipro, then there was Dixon, right? Dixon is a much faster mover. So between Wipro and Dixon, one should be looking at Dixon. But Dixon, what are you seeing here? Can anyone tell me what are you seeing in Dixon compared to Wipro? So again, there was some selling, but then it's not emphasizing. What is it emphasizing in Dixon? In Dixon, what you are seeing right now is a scenario of small body, correct? You are seeing a small body scenario here. So what does a small body indicate? A small body indicates that probably the trend is getting exhausted. So on a 30-minute time frame, right? On a 30-minute time frame, yes, there is bearishness, there is a momentum to the downside, but right now the bodies are turning small. So when the bodies are turning small, the first thing you got to do, right? The first thing you got to do is contain your intention, okay? Contain your intention to go on the short side. Yes, there are signals, but then what you got to do is quickly take here and then find out. So now you can see here that on the continued trend, okay, this page is continuously, you are having some new trends in M&M, you're having in LTI, persistent, and there is continued trend in the metal pack. So how can we shortlist? You can see here that among the top loser today, metal pack was had taken a head start in the decline, right? Had taken a head start in the decline. So right now metal pack is witnessing some selling pressure. So this selling pressure, okay, this selling pressure, what we need to do is we need to see this particular selling pressure, how can we handle it? We need to go and see based on our situation in the Heikenashi page, what names are coming. You can see here that JSW Steel and National Aluminium. Like yesterday, JSW Steel had taken a pause on the daily chart, but then now you can see that the pause is not holding, and then we are seeing a continued trend. So now if you go and put your JSW Steel chart out here, okay, if you put your JSW Steel chart out here, you can see that there is a continued trend. Yes, yesterday there was a small breather, but then it has now again continued to head to the downside. Correct? It's continuing to head to the downside. So you can see that there is a continued pressure in the metals, and the way the metals are reacting right now, it is clearly an indication that the pressure could continue. So metals, JSW Steel, if you are looking at some short candidates, then these are some candidates which are giving you a continued run. How did I know it? I went to the Heikinashi dashboard and I got this situation from here. And then I also took a look at the sector, right? When you take a look at the sector, you get a overall perspective of which sector is positive, which sector is negative. And you can see that from the auto space, if you want to track any particular sector, then you can go and check out some auto names. So let's see what auto names are doing well. For that, let's again go back to the dashboard, okay, and go to the market view. And from the market view, let's see if auto is really positive from the open. From the open, when you sort it, you can see that majority of the stocks are in the neutral category. Majority of the stocks are in the neutral category. So when they are in the neutral category, it is important for us to be a little careful. There is hardly any prevalence of bullish bias or bearish bias. So when that is the scenario, right, when that is the scenario, you have to clearly be very, very careful, and you have to focus on what kind of stocks are at work. So let's again, so from here you're not getting any clue, so then you step lower. So you can check out here, or a faster way, right? A faster way, I have been telling you that you have your Heikinashi dashboard, okay? So you go into your Heikinashi dashboard and then you can, I'll just refresh this page once. On your Heikinashi dashboard, what you can do is you can check for small body. I'm showing you how to create a watch list even during the market, right? You can create a watch list even during the market. So when you go into your Heikinashi dashboard, you can check what are the kind of stocks that are at work, okay, and what is the kind of movement, what kind of movement is happening, and then based on that you can decide. So what are we going to do? We are going to check out for, there is one section of Heikinashi which focuses on the kind of patterns that are getting formed, and based on that you get an idea about the trend. Then there is a section of the Heikinashi which focuses on the kind of body, okay, the kind of body which is getting formed. So which is a small body, long body, or the more moderate body refers to a reasonably sized body which is neither too long or neither too small. Okay, so that is focusing on giving you some idea about what kind of trend can emerge. So that's how the whole concept of Heikinashi is divided, and that's how the list below is divided. So what I'll do is I'll just put off the auto refresh, and let's check out what kind of candidates are emerging from the FNO space. So now what I'm going to look for, let me just change the time frame to a 30-minute time frame. Okay, I am going to change the time frame to a 30-minute time frame. Okay, it's a 30-minute time frame, and what I'll do now is I will turn off all these trends here. Okay, I'll turn off all these trends here, and then let us check out from where a potential trend could emerge. So what I'm going to do is I am going to sort it by the small body. Okay, and I can see here that on 30 minutes these are the candidates that are showing a declining phase. So if you want to know that which stock should I track, how should I go and check out, so immediately you know that these are the names. Okay, these are the names, and you can see here that based on the last refresh, this is what you are seeing. So you got Tata Hospital, you got Tata Power, you got Apollo Hospital, you got National Aluminium, you got ICICI Pru. So all these are ones with small body. So now if you wanted to just take a look, ICICI Pru did well few days ago. So you can see here that it had a small body, now it is giving a follow through, right? So you know that yes, there was a small body today and then it is giving a follow through. So you have got an idea that you can track the ICICI Pru chart. So ICICI Pru is giving you continued bearish scenario, so that is something which you can track. Now again coming back to this, you can see here what are the stocks giving. Dalmia Bharat, National Aluminium, we already saw. We saw even Infi, right? Now let's see on the long side. Let's see on the long side, are we having any candidates? You can see here HCL Tech, Hindalco, Kotak Bank, L&T, Biocon. So these are the ones which are having some small body and giving a follow through. So let's see Biocon for example. Okay, yes, Biocon had small body, but there is no follow through. So follow through is important. So always track the follow through. Always track the follow through, and that will make your task easier. Now there is Kotak Bank. Let's see if any scope is emerging. Markets are not holding up. So you can see here there is a small body here in Kotak Bank. So you can see this, you can set alerts on your system or you can set alerts on your charts so that you are getting an indication that yes, there is a movement emerging and you can take the trade. The whole objective is how to quickly take a trade and how to quickly find out that you are getting a scenario of movement. That's what is important. You need to know how to plan your activity, and to plan your activity you need to know what kind of trade is showing what kind of setup. So again, the whole objective is to quickly get into a time frame. You can do even do weekly. Suppose you want to take a positional trade. So let's see, are we getting any weekly scenario? So let's turn on everything, and then so based on the weekly scenario, what setups are we getting? Let's see, based on the weekly scenario, what setups are we getting? You are getting a continued trend in Lupin, GNFC, and Honeywell Automation. So these three stocks, right? These three stocks are showing a negative setup on a weekly time frame. So those who are looking to initiate some shorts should be looking at these candidates. So you can see here that be it any time frame, you have got stocks that are divided into various types of trend. Be it a new trend, be it a confirmed trend, be it a reversal, all possibilities are emerging. So once it emerges, all you have to do is make it part of your watch list, right? You can just add them to your watch list. You can just click on this stock. Like for example, if you go to a 30-minute, right? Go on to a 30-minute. You can use the same watch list concept which I told you. You can turn off all these things. Okay, let's turn off all these things. So since the market is showing more promise to the downside, let's select all these names. Okay, let's select all these names which are having -1. Okay, and let us add them to the watch list. So I already have a watch list by the name shortlist. I added there, they got added to the shortlist candidates. So you know that these are some names which are having some prominent movement to the downside. So yes, you have already identified it. So Heikinashi is basically used for identification, and based on the identification, you know what kind of trend is emerging, and then you can add them to your watch list. And all you have to do is go into your watch list and find out how are they performing on any of the pages. You can go to expert alerts, you can go to Cameria, you can go to Fibonacci, you can go to any of the pivot pages as well to find out whether there is any movement seen in that. Correct? So Heikinashi itself can be taken independently. If you want to combine it with some other pages, you can do that as well. On the expert alerts page, all you have to do is go and select your own watch list, right? Go and select your watch list. Your entire watch list has been placed in the shortlist category. So on the shortlist category, you will see that ICICI Pru is having a bearish count of 3, while Dalmia Bharat is having a count of 3, GSPL is having a count of 2. So this is the scenario out here. So you had placed some stocks on the bearish side, so you have to look at the bearish summary. So from the bearish summary, ICICI Pru and National Aluminium are the two stocks that are having an increasing count. So other technical parameters are also supporting your Heikinashi setup. So all in all, ICICI Pro and National Aluminum looks to be a good selling bet at this point in time, right? So those who are watching this live stream with me now, I'm sure that you are getting some idea about how Heikinashi works, how you need to channelize your thinking, channelize your analysis to find out the opportunity. Okay, so let's go on and find out. So Ganesh says he has taken a trade on M&M. What about the others? Those who are watching, have you taken any trade? Have you participated in the market? What have you guys done? Yeah, can you all tell me what have you guys done? Yes, you have taken a trade M&M. So I presume Ganesh, you have taken it on the long side. Yes, M&M is a good trade. Auto sector has been selectively doing well, right? Auto sector has been collectively doing well, and M&M from the auto sector has performed quite well. You can see here that M&M continues to go up since morning. It opened somewhere around 1020 and it has gone up already to 1036. More than a 1% move is definitely very good in an intraday play, right? Anything more than that, of course, is a bonus, but a 1% move in an intraday play is definitely a good readout for market participants. Okay, IOC bearish, all right. Okay, good one, Amol. IOC is bearish. It's been in a continued trend and it has given a follow through also today. So yes, good setup on IOC. So that's also a good candidate. Let's go and take a look at the dashboard and find out. Again, Nifty has slipped into more deep red. You can see here that Nifty is unable to hold, and you can see that the tentativeness which was there in the morning, which was there in the morning has now been resolved. The bears are definitely taking over, and more stocks are getting trounced. You can see that the number of stocks on the bullish side, where as it is less, now it has reduced further, right? Now it has reduced further, and you can see that there is more pressure to the downside, right? So that's how the market setup is looking like. The market setup continues to be on the negative side, and every opportunity is used for going short. So if you're going long, be very careful and keep booking profits, because market is showing more indications to go on the short side, right? So let's again go into the Heikinashi page. So, and let's see if more candidates are emerging, considering the way the market is behaving. No, not more stocks are now got added. Let's again go and initiate the refresh and see if there are some more candidates here, right? Let's, okay, confirm trend is emerging in Syngene. So let's go and check out the charts of Syngene. Yes, you can see here Syngene, it had started moving yesterday itself, and Syngene is showing a good move. You can see here this is a 30-minute chart. This is the daily chart of Syngene. So Syngene looks to be a good recovery from lower levels, and it looks to be a good multi-day play which is emerging here, right? You can see here that it spent some time around the 530 levels. It spent more than a month. It spent around a month in around 530 levels. It made a base at 530. So if you are looking at a multi-day play, then a stop loss of 530 would be a good one, because it has made this base and today it is giving a very good follow through. The candle size is also quite good. So Syngene looks to be a very good candidate as a multi-day play. So I hope you are getting some idea now on how a Heikinashi is formed, how a Heikinashi can be shortlisted. So you can see here that NeoTrader continuously gives you these flashes. It reads the chart and it tells you where a setup is emerging, and based on these setup you can participate. You will continue to keep setup if you keep a lower time frame, you will get more setups. If you keep a higher time frame, you will get less setups. Based on the scenario, you can take a call. That's the whole idea. So once you are able to get into the market, you will know these kind of setups which are there, and these setups should be used to initiate your trade. And for levels, Heikinashi is not about levels. Please understand, Heikinashi is about where is the right kind of trend emerging, and if this particular trend is emerging, let me see how to initiate it in the right manner. That's the whole idea. So now if you're going to take a look at again this page, let me open up all the other small body, long body, all the trends as well, and let's see what kind of situation can we see. Can we see any reversal? Is there any potential for reversal? So you will know from here. So is there any reversal candidates? No, there are no reversals seen right now. So if you want to go to into any particular stock and find out what kind of stocks are emerging, or if you want to check your status of any particular stock, you can type it here. Otherwise, you can see here that you can see there is a moderate body in Bajaj Auto. There is a long body. Where there is a long body, you can sort it by that column. So where the one is in, where it is +1, a long body is there. Where it is -1, it is a negative candle. So this way, your analysis is enabled. Please understand, analysis is about how you can select the right candidate, and to select a right candidate, new trader gives you a lot of clues, be it in forms of chart patterns, be it in form of momentum, be it in forms of pivot setup, be it in form of Ichimoku setup. So there are various pages which we will keep covering in these live sessions, with the endeavor that your understanding of the technical analysis tool improves, and also showcase to you that how your job of participating is more efficient with NeoTrader. So now again coming back to this long body, right? So we have got a column here called as long body. Now if you sort it by that long body, okay, you sort it by that long body, you have got all these candidates here which says HUL, Reliance, Tata Steel. It's got all the big names here, right? It's got all the big names. So let's try and find out what is happening in these charts. Okay, so let me again go into this one. You can see here there is a nice long body, right? There is a nice long body here, okay, and this long body, right, this long body is a clear indication that there is a strong setup on the downside. So you can see here that after some hesitation, again you got a long body. If a long body emerges, then it gives you more confidence of participation. Anytime you see a long body, so this is a moderate body, but these are long bodies, understand? So there is long body, small body, moderate body. But if you don't want, if you're just getting started with Heikinashi, you can concentrate on long body and small body. Small body will essentially be like doji, and long body will be like a long body candle. So if the shadow is to the downside, it is bearish. If the shadow is to the upside, it is bullish, like in this case where it was going up. So it is a bullish scenario. Now it is coming down, it is a bearish scenario. But when there are shadows on both sides, you got to take a break. Then wait and see what the prices are doing. Well, you can define your stop losses based on other mechanism. The role of Heikinashi is to remove the noise from the chart. Alright. That's the objective of Heikinashi, and that's how you got to use Heikinashi in your market participation. Right. So you can see here there is HUL, then we had Tata Steel here, which was showing some weakness. You can see here that Tata Steel is showing weakness, and there is a breakdown, right? There is a breakdown here in Tata Steel, and you can see here there is a nice follow through. There is a nice follow through here on Tata Steel, and the prices are heading lower. So you can see here that the long body candles that are getting formed is a clear indication of bearishness. So that's what you can see here. If you want that there are no names appearing on the Heikinashi page, right, on the top, for those who are more familiar with the concept of chart trading, they can quickly go and see where are you seeing a long body, right? Where are you seeing a long body? Long body bullish, long body bearish. So let me turn off the refresh here. And if I were to sort it by the long body green, okay, let's see a long body green. Are there any long body green? Yes, there is long body green in Apollo Hospital. There is long body green in Bajaj Finance, Grasim, M&M, right? M&M we did see. So SBI Life, for example, okay, SBI Life. Let's go and check in SBI Life and find out how can we take a look at that. Okay, so let's put on SBI Life here, and once you put on SBI Life, you can see here that yes, there was initially, okay, this is the daily chart. Let me put on a 30-minute. Okay, you can see here, yes, there has been a long body, but we are still awaiting some follow through. So yes, we'll wait for that follow through and see if there is some movement which we can see here. But as of now, there is no follow through, and the current way it is set up, it is trying to make a base around this zone. So let's see and wait for some more time. Now let's go on to Bajaj Finserv. Okay, Bajaj Finserv. Yes, we can see here Bajaj Finserv on the other hand is faring much better. The last three candles, 30-minute candles have been good. So you can see there was a good follow through to yesterday. It had formed small body and then it has begun well. And the steady follow through is an indication that yes, there is a attempt at recovery. So you can see that the movement is much more promising. So if you are looking to initiate a long, then Bajaj Finserv would be that candidate. So well, we are using a combination of the Heikin-Ashi patterns plus other set of parameters to highlight to you the candidates. But then if you are already conversant with the concept of Heikin-Ashi, you are already conversant with technical analysis, you can combine the other intuitive powers which you will get from here. So you will get some clues from here which will say that these are the candidates that are having long body. Then you can go forward and take your position, right? That's the whole idea of giving you multiple ways to look at Heikin-Ashi, be it either on through your bodies of the candles or through the trend aspect. The whole objective is that use Heikin-Ashi in a structured way so that whenever you are going to get into a particular trade, you are having a much better perspective of what is happening. Because if you're just going to go blindly into any trade without not having any clarity, the main thing what you will be doing is you will be holding on to your position for a very long time, which is not the ideal way to participate, right? So the whole objective is that you take a trade and then you are able to stay in it for a while if you're looking from an intraday perspective, or if you're going to take a multi-day perspective, you don't want to be holding it on forever, correct? You want to hold it on for some time, make your money and get out. That's the whole objective. So now when that is the objective, you should know where is the trend, correct? That's the question which we keep asking. Where is the trend? And is the trend in a particular stock? Is trend in a particular index? All that you can know from this particular page, right? We just went here and then we saw that this is what is the scenario. There is a bullish scenario, there is a bearish scenario, and every kind of scenario is available for you. All right. So now again, let's go back to the dashboard. Where's the dashboard? Okay, this is the dashboard. Dashboard continues to remain on the neutral mode. No stock is dominating, right? No stock is dominating, and all you are seeing here, right? All you are seeing on the entire dashboard is a light hint of bearishness, right? I would say light hint because the bearishness which you saw at the start increased and then again decreased. So what is essentially happening is people are quickly exiting their position. That's what is happening. People are not willing to hold on to their position. They are exiting either at a loss or at a profit. and that indicates that there is lot of confusion in the market. Please understand, this arises out of confusion. अरे ये ट्रेड ले लिया, नहीं 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 गलत है, इसे अभी काट देते हैं. Again you go ahead and take a trade, and this chop and change is what is causing this scenario. So this will continue till any news flow emerges where we are able to get some idea about what is happening. So till some news flow emerges about what is happening on the ground, till some news flow emerges on whether this particular vicious cycle of volatility is going to end, we are going to be experiencing this market. So when we are going to experience such kind of markets, it is important that you are able to get a good grip on the trend. And to get a good grip on the trend, the first thing you got to do, okay, the first thing you got to do is find out how to select the right kind of stop. That's again what we have been doing. We have been doing that for some time, and we know now that how to identify a trend effectively. And once you identify a trend effectively, it makes your job easier, right? So how many of you are able to get some perspective on Heikinashi, right? Those of you who are watching, have you taken any trade based on Heikinashi? So I got one M&M here, I got one IOC here. What are the others doing? Those who are watching, have you taken any particular trade which you are taken or you're taken and exited? Then the whole objective is that you will be able to see the trend more clearly, right? The whole idea is that when you are using a intelligent software like NeoTrader, I'm answering you Mangesh, that you will be able to read the charts better. Otherwise, अगर आप आज जाकर आप पूछेंगे किसी को कि कौन सा चार्ट देखना है, so there are so many names which come up, right? And if you are just going to look at randomly at some stock, it's not going to help you. So what we are doing is we are enabling your trading. We are showing you reading the market condition, and using years and years of experience we are enabling your decision making. क्योंकि मार्केट में दो ही चीज़ें हैं, एक है डिसीजन मेकिंग और दूसरा है कितना समय लगाएंगे आप वो डिसीजन लेने के लिए. सो आप समय लगाकर भी रॉन्ग डिसीजन ले सकते हैं, और जल्दी जल्दी में अगर आप डिसीजन ले लेंगे तो भी आपका नुकसान होगा. तो ऑब्जेक्टिव इज दैट हाउ विल यू टेक अ डिसीजन एंड हाउ विल यू ऑप्टिमाइज योर टाइम. सो नाउ टू डू दैट we are giving you various pages and showing you how you can use these pages along with how the entire concept of that particular technical analysis tool works. That's what we have been doing in all our sessions, and we'll continue to do this because every technical analysis tool has got certain USP. और उस यूएसपी को हम लेके आते हैं इस लाइव स्ट्रीम पे और बताते हैं कि उस यूएसपी को आप कैसे यूज़ कर सकते हैं और उस यूएसपी को कैसे स्मार्टली यूज़ कर सकते हैं, राइट? यू कैन इंडिपेंडेंटली डू योर एनालिसिस एज वेल, दैट्स एब्सोल्युटली नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. सो व्हाट एवर आई हैव टोल्ड यू, यू कैन गो एंड चेक इट आउट ऑन योर चार्ट. नाउ द थिंग यू गॉट टू आस्क इज वेदर व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू टेक अ डिसीजन इन द मार्केट, हाउ मच टाइम डू यू हैव, राइट? आई होप Mangesh you got an answer to your question. So now again coming back to the dashboard, right? Dashboard is where we will concentrate, and you can see here that textile sector is the only sector which has turned green, and sizable green, क्योंकि उसमें पेज इंडस्ट्री में एक अच्छा मोमेंटम आया है. But apart from that, not much of clarity continues to be there. So you can see that the dashboard which we saw, let me go to the dashboard. Okay, this is Bajaj Finserv. Bajaj Finserv has done quite well. You can see here that the movement is continuing. So this way Heikinashi gives you a heads up. You know exactly ये stock के reversal के chances हैं, because everything is based on the probability, and Heikinashi is giving you that scope of probability because Heikinashi is using the concept of averaging, and it is reducing the noise from the system, right? It's reducing the noise from the system, and when the noise is reduced from the system, automatically आप अच्छी तरह से काम कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि ज़्यादा कन्फ्यूजन नहीं होगा और जो भी ट्रेंड चल रहा है उसके बारे में आपको तुरंत पता चलेगा, राइट। लेट्स गो एंड सी the entire Heikinashi on Nifty. Okay, let me go into the real time charts again. Okay, let me go on Bank Nifty this time. This is the Bank Nifty chart. Let me go into a lower time frame chart. So I put on a 5-minute chart. You can see here that compared to Nifty, Bank Nifty is showing some inclination to go up, and you can see here that markets have turned bullish once again, right. You can see that the battle between the bullishness and the bearishness continues. थोड़े स्टॉक्स बेरिश है, थोड़े स्टॉक्स बुलिश है. जो स्टॉक्स हमने डिस्कस किए थे, बजाज फिनसर्व, दैट इज गोइंग अप, राइट, दैट इज गोइंग अप. Dixon, we said that it is hinting at a recovery based on the setup. Dixon is now up. It was bearish, but then the bearishness had reversed. It had small body was getting formed, and now Dixon has reversed. You can see here that Bank Nifty, right? Bank Nifty is trying to go up. Bank Nifty कोशिश कर रहा है ऊपर जाने के लिए, but at the moment it is having challenges. It has recovered from lower levels to a slight extent, but then अगर आप देखेंगे एक बड़े चार्ट पे, this is the Heikinashi chart. Let's convert this into candlestick and see what kind of. So you can see here even on the candlestick setup, you can see this particular area एक value zone है around 33,500 का. So अगर markets को चलना है तो Bank Nifty will play a very important role, and Bank Nifty has to move above 33,500, right. So based on the candlestick setup, that 33,500 zone looks to be a very important area. Now even if you draw a retracement, for example, okay, if you draw a retracement, for example, on this particular scenario, you can see here that around 33,500 is your 450, to be more precise, is your 61.8. So Bank Nifty is going towards 33,450. So if 33,450 crosses, then there is a good chance of an up move in Bank Nifty as an intraday play. And in yesterday's session, if you recall, I had spoken about the opening range, right. And now you can see that the opening range is exceeded. सुबह का एक फर्स्ट 30 मिनट का जो ओपनिंग रेंज है वो क्रॉस हो चुका है. सो येस्टरडे वी सॉ गुड मूव इन निफ्टी. नाउ वी कैन एक्सपेक्ट दैट दिस रेंज हैज़ क्रॉस्ड इन बैंक निफ्टी. सो आज बैंक निफ्टी का दिन हो सकता है. सो यू कैन ट्रैक बैंक निफ्टी फॉर इंट्राडे प्ले. फिलहाल इंट्राडे प्ले से काम कीजिए इंडेक्स में, क्योंकि इंडेक्स पे हर उछाल पे एक बिकवाली दबाव आ रही है, और उसी की वजह से आपको ध्यान देना है कि मार्केट्स में अब भी काफ़ी बेरिश प्रेशर है. और जो भी स्टॉक्स में अगर आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रही है आइदर टू द अपसाइड और टू द लॉन्ग साइड, कीप बुकिंग प्रॉफिट्स. दैट्स द एजेंडा हियर. कीप बुकिंग प्रॉफिट्स so that you will be able to participate when there is a trend. At the moment, if you ask me, there is absolutely no trend. And on even on this is a 5-minute chart, what I would advise is at least on a 15-minute chart, okay, at least on a 15-minute chart it should hold above these 33,500 levels for us to engage in any form of trade. 33,450 to 33,500 is not much of a distance for Bank Nifty, but then see if it is able to hold above that, because right now it is trading into resistance. Don't get very excited. Wait for Bank Nifty to cross those levels, because if Bank Nifty does that, then it could definitely trigger some very good moves. So yes, this is what I wanted to share with you as part of today's discussion, because even on Heikinashi setup, Bank Nifty is showing a much better move. Let's see what is the scenario with Nifty on a 15-minute, whether Nifty में भी कोई सुधार है. Okay, yeah, Nifty is also similar. But then between Nifty and Bank Nifty, I will definitely prefer to go with Bank Nifty, right? So I want to end this session today. You can see here that There is confirmed trend, continued trend in Sinjin. We have already spoken about it. We have seen the Heikenasi setup. So you should continue to look for some opportunities here, because this kind of analysis, this kind of detailed discussion is not happening anywhere on the internet. We are showing you how a concept works. We are showing you how a concept is designed. We are showing you how you can take advantage of such beautiful way of representation. And all you have to do is just follow us on our YouTube channel, and if you like the content which I shared, hit a like on our video. See the previous videos as well. You can watch yesterday's video too to get some perspective, and you can leave a comment on this particular video to know which other tool you would like to discuss, which other tool you would like to see, to get some more idea about what's really happening in the market. Till I meet you again in another live stream, this is Raja Venkatraman signing off. Have a good day. Have a good trading week ahead.